Hello friends and welcome, I'm VA Adam. And in today's video I'm going to be showing you a new battery charger which has come onto the market from CTek, who are famous for making very good and high quality battery chargers. And this one is called the CS1. This charger has some quite unusual characteristics, but mainly it's designed to be a completely automatic charger that's just set it and forget it, and even a complete idiot can use it, so it's absolutely perfect for me. I've not been paid or in any way endorsed by CTek to make this video. I just purchased this charger for my own use, and I'll therefore be telling you what I honestly think. CTek also have their own videos, including an unboxing, and I recommend that you look at those too, because they're really good. Before we get into the unboxing, I wanted to get the main downside of this battery out of the way, and that is the price, as this might be a bit of a deal breaker for you. This charger is really expensive. It's £200 at the time of recording this video, and I wanted to tell you up front because you can go and get a charger from Halfords for about £30, and I've actually linked that in the description down below. I'll get into why this charger is so expensive throughout this video, but if you just want a regular charger, this probably isn't the charger for you. Let's get it unboxed. I'll show you what it looks like, and we can run through some of the more unusual features. It comes in a really nice box here, and there's some descriptions and features on the outside here. And once you get it open, the unit's sat on the top here, and the power and the battery cables are actually under this little section just here. And finally, we've got the instruction manual. The charger unit itself is 23 centimeters long, or 9 inches in old money, 8 centimeters or 3¼ inches wide, 4 centimeters or 1½ inches high. Power cable is about 120 centimeters long, or 4 feet, and the charger cable that goes to the battery is about 200 centimeters or 6½ feet. I don't know about you, but I think the charger looks really nice and modern. It's really sleek. It's got a nice recess on the back here where you can put in the optional wall-mounted bracket as well. The power cable here is moulded into the unit, and this would kind of be my first criticism of the charger really, which is that the power cable is moulded in, which means you can't put your own power cable in if it was, say, a figure of 8 power cable. That does mean you're restricted on the length. The charger is IP65 rated though, meaning that it's, to all intents and purposes, waterproof. So perhaps that is the reason, because obviously a moulded cable is going to prevent water ingress. I mean, it's not a big deal at all because you can use an extension cable if you require it. The charger cables that go to the battery connect into the other end here, and they use this connector, and they just simply plug in. Now, the more observant amongst you might have noticed that the charger cables are actually the same colour. And that's because these charger cables are not polarity sensitive. That means that you can connect either one of them to the positive or the negative terminal on the battery. It doesn't matter. They're also spark free, so even if they touch, there's no danger. This is really one of the first features that makes this charger quite unique, and the reason that it's got this higher price point. The only time that polarity really matters is if you're using this unit as a 12-volt power supply. In that case, the longer cable is the positive one. It's also worth noting that when it's in 12-volt power supply mode as well, the connectors won't be spark free. In order to use 12-volt power supply mode, you need to change the mode in the app over Bluetooth, but we'll come on to that a bit later. So here I've just got a normal, regular, simple car battery, and this isn't actually the battery that I purchased this charger for, but I've just sort of used this for the sake of this video. This battery is also a little bit unusual because it's got side post mount as well, rather than top terminals. As mentioned earlier, you don't need to worry about which way round these are. You just connect the charger up, and if you're connecting this whilst the battery's still in your car, which you probably in most cases are going to be doing, then please do refer to your owner's manual, because cars have specific charging points when you're charging the battery and it's in the car. So you might not need to connect the battery charger directly to the battery, but instead connect it to some points around your car, especially for charging. Once you've got the connectors where they're meant to go, you simply just plug the unit in and that will turn it on. The lights on the ring here flash for a little time whilst it's kind of just sensing the battery, and there we go, the lights have sort of started to change now. The lights are really straightforward as well. The unit will light up and then it will go to start, and that will indicate that it's charging and it's ready to go, and it will also show that the car can be started, so it's quite handy if you just want to get enough charge in it just to start the car rather than putting it on a trickle charge or you're trying to fully charge a battery. The other lights here denote times, and there's 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 hours, and this is the time left until the battery's fully charged. So again, it's really easy and a really nice feature as well, because I think it's really useful to know how long you have to wait until the battery's fully charged. Next feature on this charger is one of the reasons that I myself purchased it, which is that it will work with any type of battery. I've purchased an Odyssey battery, and these batteries are dry cell or absorbed glass mat AGM batteries. AGM batteries can't be charged with a regular charger, they require special chargers. The Odyssey charger was around about £170 and it will only charge AGM batteries, so I thought to myself, well, I may as well spend a little bit extra and get a charger that charges anything. If you have different types of batteries on your car, then this is going to be one of the most useful features in my opinion. It doesn't matter as well what type of car or vehicle you're connecting to. It doesn't matter whether you're connecting to a bike, a car, a van, or even an RV. This charger will sense that and it will adapt itself as it needs to. And following on from this is the smart sensing of the charger, where it's designed to just be a complete plug and play device with no charging settings or anything you have to change. I've used some other battery chargers and they sort of require you to put them into certain modes like AGM or what type of vehicle you're charging, whether it's a bike or whether it's a car. With this you just set it and forget it. You don't need to worry about it at all, and I wanted that because I didn't want to run the risk of destroying this Odyssey battery. I knew that I would forget to put it into AGM mode and when I was switching it from one car to another. The other reason that this charger is really relevant for what I needed it for is because I'm connecting it up to my 1981 Corvette. And the 1981 Corvette is a bit of an unusual car because it's got a computer-controlled carburettor. The computer on board is quite sensitive to chargers apparently, so I wanted to make sure that I just got the best charger available and it didn't cause any issues, because as you can probably imagine, trying to get a working Corvette computer from 1981 in the UK can be a little bit tricky. Going back to one of the features I mentioned earlier, which is the app and Bluetooth connectivity. Oh, everything has an app these days, doesn't it? Even your battery charger. But I have to say that this app does have some good uses. As well as being able to see what the charger's doing, it will allow you to put it into those different modes, like the 12-volt power supply mode that I mentioned earlier, as well as recon for reconditioning a battery, wake for waking up lithium-ion batteries that have low voltage protection. So CTek have really tried to think about all of these different scenarios and what types of batteries you might be using. CTek already have a great video which I've linked in the description below, which tells you exactly how to use this app. The only thing I would say is when I was trying to sign up, I did get an error message and I contacted CTek about this, but I never got a response. Fortunately, when I tried a couple of days later, it did just work. So if you can't sign up initially, maybe just give it some time and then I'm sure you'll be able to. The only other criticism that I really had regarding this unit is the instruction manual. CTek have tried to make a bit of an IKEA manual. I don't know if that's just coincidental, they're a Swedish company, but they've tried to sort of do this IKEA thing of putting in some pictures rather than words, which does make the manual more universal, but to be honest, I just found it more confusing. For example, I don't really understand what this section's trying to say. I believe that it's trying to say that when the circle's flashing, it's trying to detect the life of the battery, which is why it's a heart, something like that. But I wish they'd just use some more universal symbols like ticks and crosses, right? Again, it's a minor thing, and to be honest, the unit's so easy to use, you don't really need any instructions. There is also another charger that's very similar to this one, which CTek have released at the same time, and that one's called the CS3. This charger is really interesting because it's actually aimed at the portable market. It's got a built-in battery in the battery charger, which is a little bit confusing, but it's designed to act as a bit of a sort of jump start, although you will need up to about 15 minutes for it to get the battery into start condition. It can also take multiple forms of power, for example a solar panel, and CTek do a solar panel for this unit. And finally, it's actually a power bank for charging your devices as well. And CTek have even put on USB-A and USB-C, so they've really future-proofed this device, which is really good to see. Whilst this would have been really useful, the CS3 with a solar charger is £500. Now you don't have to buy both of them together, but that was really what I wanted to use it for, because where I store my car has no power there, but unfortunately it's just too expensive for me. The other trouble was that CS3 doesn't really have the same auto-sensing flexibility as the CTek one. I might be wrong about that, but I just couldn't see that it had the ability to auto-sense the batteries and do that kind of universal charging of AGM and normal lead batteries. So that's another thing to bear in mind if you're looking at CS3. So to sum up, I would say that the pros of this unit are the ease of use, the polarity and spark-free connectors, the fact that it works with any type of battery, auto-sensing the vehicle, the time remaining indication, and the IP65 rating. The cons, I think, are pretty low. It's really the price and the confusing instruction manual. Who's this unit for? I think it's for somebody that has more than one type of vehicle, or has a unusual or maybe mixed variety of batteries, or somebody who just wants the easiest and safest charger to use. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos where I'll be showing you my 1981 Corvette and my 1972 Buick Riviera, then please subscribe. Until next time, this is VA Adam signing off.